take a look at what happened.
Move his fair. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move. Up. Move. Go.
Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move it to the fair.
Get ready.
You ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
We're
Let's
clear.
move. Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta go move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay,
Watch out.
Hello, Internet. What interesting times we live in, huh, my friends? You're going to be seeing that scene for a while to come. Let's see. Hold on. I got it playing in my ear. What did I do here? Told you guys I was going to be rusty. It's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks since I've seen you guys. All right. That's much better. Hello, everyone. Scarlett wants to say hi. All right, fine. I know you missed them too. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Sunday evening. Interesting times we live in. Crazy times we live in, my friends. We got a lot to get into tonight. Wally World, B Sizzo, Northside. Nice to see you guys. Northside and Carlo Magic over on Rumble. We got Wally World, B Sizzo, Symbolic T. Wally World, B Sizzo, you're over on YouTube. Symbolic T, you are on X. I got you guys all over the place. Well, I don't even know where to start, you guys. I figured I'd start with the beginning, with the raw, uncut clip that you guys just watched. And every time I watch it, I kind of notice something new, more perspective, I guess. You guys think he found his shoes? You guys think he got his shoes off the stage? Yeah, thank you, Symbolic T. The shirt, yeah, it's fun. I did it as a goof. I just did it as a goof. My friend has like a t-shirt shop. She does screen printing and all that kind of stuff. She'll put, does hats and shirts and mugs and stuff like that over here in Felton. SCM Clothing. And I was on my way to a run yesterday. I was just driving by her shop and I was like, you know what? It was about an hour after this happened. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop in there. I gotta put that on a shirt. So, and I decided I wanted a caption. Literally just thought of it off the top of my head, and we put it on a shirt. And you should see the looks I'm getting around here. I am deep in the heart of liberalism here in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and I'm getting some pretty crazy looks. Got some pretty crazy looks just driving around, walking around, and taqueria, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, only one person even commented, but all right. Pod review. How'd I get it? I just said I got a friend that has a screen printing shop over here in Felton, and we just put it on a shirt. That's it. Carly, nice to see you over on X. Yeah, I didn't do it to like sell the shirt either. This is the only, there's actually 3 now that I know in existence. This one, and my friend went over there and ordered a couple of them. I'm not selling them. My friend has it in her computer, and she'll make them for you if you guys want. First shot, nice to see you. The RGS. So yeah, if you guys want to, here, I'll actually let me pull her shop up on screen in case you guys want to you guys want to go order one, let's see. There we go. All right, I got her website actually up on screen. This shirt's not on her website or anything. It's not even a political store. She's just kind of based. She's kind of an awesome person. Her name's Christy over there at SCM Clothing. And yeah, they're on Highway 9. Phone number 831-431-0274. I should have actually put that up on screen. Maybe I will. Maybe you guys bear with me here. I'm gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna make a banner and put it up there really quick. So let's see. You got oh geez, I can't even read that. What is it? So it's 831. Sorry guys, I'm a little slow tonight. I'm a little rusty. What we got? 831-431-0274. 431-0274. So 431-0274. All right. And it's there we go. There, I think we got it. There we go. So yeah, you can call my friend Christy over there at scm-clothing.com if you guys want to get one of these shirts. So yeah, it's just kind of a goof, you guys, but you guys can order them if you want to. There's a bunch of other people selling shirts too. This is a local mom and pop shop, so you know you're helping out local business too. I'm not making any money off this thing. It's just a goof. And yeah, this isn't a laughing matter though. Somebody died. Another man's in a coma, from what I understand. And yeah, that's just it's not good. It's not good what happened. We are now in a post-Donald Trump assassination attempt world, and I don't think it's really sunk in for everybody yet. It hasn't for me. I mean, this shit's insane. This shit is insane. What is going on right now? So let's get right into it. We got tons of stuff to cover. I just pulled up like everything I thought was pertinent information. So my computer's running super slow too. So am I, because I'm just rusty, apparently. Come on. What do we got here? Did I really screw up? What did I do here? I think I did screw up, you guys. Either that or my yeah, I got everything all out of order now. What did I do? All right. Well, I have to see where I put it now. Yeah, I think I ruined the whole show, you guys. Might have to just go through my thumbnails now at this point. Oh, there it is. What the heck is going on? My computer's running awful slow. Okay, let's go here. All right, so he's already out on the golf course. Did he even get shot? People are saying, I think he did. I think he got shot through the air. That sure is what it looks like. But there's a bunch of leftards saying that it was a piece of glass from a teleprompter, is what they're saying. So, first shot, thanks, man. Yeah, I know, I'm all over the place. I apologize. All right, we'll get into it. Hey, I'm rusty, man. It's been 3 weeks since my last show. You guys know I'm not a pro at this. CC Pino, sad day yesterday. First shots of Civil War. I don't know about that. I don't want it to be Civil War. That's definitely not what I want here. So we already got Trump. Trump playing golf here. What do you guys think of this?
Mr. President!
That's the rumor anyway. Let's see. I forgot to turn my AC on too, so it's gonna be super hot by the end of the show. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Yeah, I have tons of stuff to get into. Let's just get through all of it. So let's start from the beginning here. So we watched the full clip and we saw, well, let's go through the clip again, just sort of not frame by frame, but let's observe some things here. So obviously they lift him up. He puts his hand up, does the whole. It says "fight, fight, fight." It seems like what he said there. He's trying to get his shoes, but they held him down behind that bunting. Can you guys see it from the first frame? You can't. There's a bunch of it's like a banner in front of his podium, and Dan Bongino is speculating that that's probably Kevlar material, and they had him down behind that. They lift him up, they get him out of there, and you see everybody's reaction. Somebody got shot behind him, and there's a lot of people saying a lot of bad things about the Secret Service and DEI protocols. There's some pictures floating around that show a woman from the Secret Service sort of cowering behind Trump as everybody else is trying to get in front of him. So that's not the greatest look. I'll pull that up in a minute here. But let's go over to let's just see what everybody's saying about this. So Luke from We Are Change says, so let me get this straight. The shooter at the Trump rally was spotted acting suspiciously near the event. Authorities announced over the radio to keep an eye on him, and this info was passed to Secret Service, and that's from CNN. The shooter made it to the roof with full rifle kit, as two witnesses saw him and say they were telling authorities and screaming about him for an estimated 3 to 4 minutes. That's from the BBC. And you see this in the video too. You see the sniper, like, he doesn't move before he's trained on a fixed position, and he does between the time that he's just sitting there for like 3 minutes and pulls the trigger, he doesn't move. So he's clearly focused on the actual shooter, and it took him 3 minutes to react. And apparently he's saying that he was waiting for clearance to fire the shot, and that's just insane to me. So he says a standard sniper spotter team tasked with covering such a critical direction waits an estimated 42 seconds after looking directly at the shooter, allowing him to take 5 shots at Trump. And there's the video from the event. We'll look at that in a minute. The Secret Service decides it's okay to keep Trump on stage for an extended period of time where he is able to face and actually address the crowd with an active shooter. Well, they said shooter down, and I'm thinking maybe they dropped him to the ground. He's behind that. What people are speculating is bulletproof material, and then probably his podium was bulletproof too. So that was probably the safest spot to keep him before they moved him while you have an active shooter. So they verified that the shooter had been taken out, and then that's when they decided to move him. That's at least what I'm thinking. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here, you guys. Then he says the Secret Service didn't think of securing the high point and advantage area over the event. So he says, what do you think really happened here? Apologize, dog's drinking water. You guys can hear it. This is not a professional show here, guys. You know this. All right, let's see. What do you guys got to say here? The lady cowering, B Sizzo over on YouTube. Yeah, it's not a good look. CC Pino, not a good look. Yep, first shot. Women should not be in law enforcement, including Secret Service. Sorry, not sorry. I don't think they should be out in the field. Scarlett, honestly, I don't think they should be out in the field for sure. I definitely don't. RGS, yeah, hit that like button if you guys get a chance. It's helps the algorithm. I apologize about my dog. Oh man, this show. I am rusty, folks. I apologize. And usually I have some background audio to sort of drown out the noise that my dogs make, but I forgot to turn on the AC tonight. So yeah, it's gonna get hot in here too. All right, let's keep going. Got plenty of stuff pulled up that we got to get into. So this is the eyewitness from BBC News. You guys probably already saw this. This is his statement. Let's see what he has to say here.
And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely.
See, that's insane. Just first of all, how is the roof not secured? This is everybody saying. And you need a ladder to get up there. Where'd the ladder come from? How to get the ladder? He's got a rifle. How other people are also pointing out, like, the dude didn't walk in with a rifle. Was it stashed there? How did he get the rifle in? How did he get past Secret Service? Candace Owens was talking about how locked down these rallies and everything else are. She was talking about how her husband almost got shot by Secret Service one time. She said he like kind of snuck around and, not trying to be sneaky, but walked down a set of stairs that he wasn't supposed to come down. And Secret Service drew their weapons on him and said, "Stop right there. We will shoot you." So how did this guy get over to a ladder, climb up the ladder with a rifle, army crawl over into position, and then get the shots off with people pointing at him, saying, like, the guy should... This makes no sense to me. I'm not trying to get too tinfoily, but this makes no sense. How the heck... This is... You can't call this incompetence. It's too much. Any local PD could have done better than what the Secret Service did. It's just... This is unacceptable. Isn't even a strong enough word for this. How the hell did this happen? Continue with the eyewitness.
We're pointing at them. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, "Hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle."
Hey, man.
And the police are like, "Huh? What?" Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, "Hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling." And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police.
So he had to climb up the ladder, crawl over into position, and then he's sitting there for 3 minutes before he fires a shot. And apparently the Secret Service sniper team, they had the shooter in their sights for 47 seconds or whatever it was and didn't pull the trigger. And he was allowed to get off, 5 to 8 shots? That's freaking madness. This whole thing's madness.
Police, we were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is...
What he's describing there is, you see this red roof in the background here? See how it's angled in the front and it's angled in the back? He was on the backside angled part. So you're saying the people on the ground probably couldn't see the shooter at the angle that they were at, is what he's explaining.
They're not Secret Service on all of these roofs here. I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously...
Right. That was the very first thing that I said was, how is the roof not secure? How is there not already Secret Service, local PD already up on every single one of these roofs that could have been a sniper position? This is stuff that anybody that's watched a cop movie could point out. They could, how early they get to these rally sites and scope out the scene and like, okay, where's potential places they could shoot from? And you point at all these different roofs. How is the roof not secure? This whole thing's insane.
Everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, we just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching. But you're pretty sure they shot the guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
What a crazy freaking scene. Okay, let's keep going here. Just freaking madness. Freaking madness, you guys. All right, this is a doctor that happened to be on the scene. You guys have probably seen all these videos. I'm going to go through every single thing that I have pulled up get a timeline of the event, everything we know, things that people are saying, speculating about. Let's just go through it all. Let's see what we got here. So let me check the chat really quick. Let's see. Yeah, the shooter's dad. Both his parents, I guess, are psychologists. And yeah, he was in a BlackRock video. I don't know what to make of that. I got that pulled up. We'll get to it. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. A lot of weird stuff. I'm trying not to get too tinfoily yet, though. So, all right, let's see what this is. An emergency room doctor, and he went over and tried to tend to one of the victims of the shooting, one of the people that actually died. And he's just, the guy was shot in the head and there was no saving him. So, you know, there's another guy in a coma. So this is this is no laughing matter. Someone got killed. This whole thing's insane. I don't even think I haven't processed how insane this is yet. We are living in a new world now.
That's exactly where I heard him come from.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming.
Like, think about how crazy this scene is. He's got blood all over him. He's at a Trump rally, and he's got blood all over him. It's just quite the picture.
He's been shot. He's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There was lots of blood, and he had brain matter there. And so I got him. There's a helicopter coming in to get him. So I got people there really helpful. I got
Was
him
there only
up
one
on the
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
I was the only one
You
that
guys,
did
we
it.
need to evacuate everybody.
Hunter, that's exactly where.
Okay. Keep going here. Plenty of stuff to get into, folks. All right. So this is just another angle of, well, this is an angle of Secret Service and the shooter. So this is a really quick clip. So we'll watch this one here. It's only 14 seconds. But you hear people like pointing out the shooter. They're all looking. That's not the direction of the stage. So everybody saw the shooter. Like, how did Secret Service not?
Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. We can see the guy there.
Oh, this is after they already shot him.
I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead. Tá vendo? Lá em
So that was from Adrian Dittman, who people speculate is Elon Musk's burner account. It just says "shooter down" is his caption on that. Okay, good. I actually played it. I almost thought I didn't play that one for you guys next. Okay, so here is the insane footage of, you know, somebody got a camera right on the Secret Service sniper team, and you can see how long it takes for them to react when everybody clearly sees the shooter. And like this video, this is sort of like the smoking gun, no pun intended, where it's like, what the hell happened? How the hell was he allowed to get off 5 to 8 shots or however many it was?
Services comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is.
So he's clearly trained on something, right? He's looking through his optic, then he pops his head up to get, you know, obviously like a wider view of what he's looking at. So he's trained on something. You see, he doesn't move before he fires off his shot. So he's clearly trained on the shooter that tried to assassinate Donald Trump. He's trained on him. The guy's got a gun. He's on the roof. How are you not just, why does he need to call for approval to take out the shooter with a rifle aimed at Donald Trump while he's on a roof? How did he not take him out?
The lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look.
So you can see he still hasn't moved. Now you're about to hear the shots. So this whole video, however long it's been playing, for 35 seconds, he's trained on the shooter. Hasn't moved. He didn't take the shooter out. And then here come the shots.
What happened? Services.
And then they take him out. You can't even, I couldn't see a muzzle flash or anything. So I didn't even see this guy take out the shooter. I don't know if he's the one that even took him out. So how the hell does that happen? My brain is breaking with all of this. So this is from Colin Rugg. This is some information that came out. So Colin Rugg is reporting this, saying a local police officer found the Trump gunman, but retreated down the ladder after the suspect pointed the rifle at him. So apparently a local cop climbed his happy ass up the ladder, sees the gunman on the roof with the rifle. He points it at him, and the guy's like, "Oh!" and climbs back down the ladder. Like, why he didn't already have his gun drawn when he's climbing up the ladder? Yeah, you can climb up a ladder with something in your hand. You can do it. And I want to know where the ladder was in relation to the gunman. Like, did the gunman have to turn around towards the ladder? Was the ladder kind of just off to the right, off to the left? Like, was it easy for him to just aim his gun over whoever's coming up that ladder? I'd like to have footage of that too. So yeah, according to the Associated Press, that's from the AP, the suspect was discovered by an officer who retreated, allowing the suspect to fire at Trump. So this is two failures. You got the failure of the Secret Service that had their gun trained on the shooter, and then you have the cop that goes up there and just checking. Okay, you're good. We're going to go back down the ladder now. According to two law enforcement officials, the AP reported, one local police officer climbed to the roof and encountered crooks. That's the other thing. It's who the shooter is. Encountered crooks who pointed his rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and crooks quickly took a shot toward Trump. Okay. So two failures. All right. Let's go over to Mario Narwhals here. He's been reporting on this all day. Let's see. Go check the chat right quick. Okay, we're good. Let's keep going here. So Mario Narwhals says, Secret Service blames local police department for Trump's assassination attempt. I'm sure they do. The building from which the gunman fired the shots on Saturday was outside the Trump rally perimeter and secured by local law enforcement, not the Secret Service. So what? Are you guys not going to double check that law enforcement's doing their job? According to the agency spokesperson, Anthony Guglielmi, whatever. 4 counter sniper teams were present, 2 from the Secret Service and 2 from local police. Guglielmi explained that local police were alerted to the suspicious activity and attempts to locate the gunman, but lost sight of him. The shooter then climbed onto the roof and started firing. Guglielmi clarified that the gunman was not on the roof before opening fire. Okay. Any responsible party is going to be like, yeah, that area wasn't supposed to be secured by us, but it's still on us. We're still the ones that are ultimately responsible for the president's safety. So this is on us. Instead, he just kind of tried to point the finger over at local PD. So let's go to the pictures he's got attached here. All right. So, okay. So this I don't believe this is Secret Service. This looks like local cops. Just because it says, I don't know. I'm speculating. It just says police on his plate carrier. But this is the cop that we looked at from the video earlier. And yeah. So why is this guy's tripod empty up here? I'm so confused. So confused here. Let's keep going. Look at more pictures. It's just a picture from the stage when they're securing Trump. More pictures from the stage. All right. Trump being a badass. Man, I don't care how many mail-in ballots they have, how many dead people they have vote, how much how many ballots show up in the middle of the night. If Trump can stay alive until the election, he just won in a landslide. This could be like a Reagan, what was it, 49 state landslide. I think Trump could win California now. People are going to stop being silent about their political leanings. If they lean to the right or if they're a Trump supporter out here in California, this shirt, I started wearing this shirt around. I don't have a MAGA hat. I've never worn anything Donald Trump ever out there. You guys that watch this show, you guys know my political leanings. I'm not a MAGA guy. That's why I'm not a MAGA person. I'm not like a huge Trump supporter. You guys know that I have my beef with Donald Trump. Didn't pardon Assange, allowed Fauci to run roughshod, printed tons of money, didn't pardon Snowden. There's all sorts of things that Trump did that I don't agree with, and I criticize him heavily. Yeah, 100%, hands down, I'm voting for Trump now. I'm not a big fan of Trump's the Abraham Accords. I wasn't a big fan of that. There's all sorts of stuff that he did that I wasn't a big fan of, and all that goes out the window now. And I know I'm not alone on this. There's a lot of people that are like, yeah, I'm voting for Trump now. And I was still considering voting for RFK. Probably wasn't going to, but I was still considering it. And I was of the mind before this happened. I was of the mind that there's no way they're going to let Trump win. There's no way he could win. This election is going to be fortified more than any other election in history. All the different states that have mail-in ballots now, like California not requiring ID, other states not requiring ID, they're going to rig it. Well, they can only rig it so much. You got so many registered voters, and then even if you have more ballots than registered voters, you can still fudge it by 10% or whatever. If you can't overcome like a 25% swing, if it's 75 Trump, 25 Biden, you can't overcome that. No matter how much cheating, it's going to be so freaking obvious. They can cheat that much. It's just going to be so obvious at that point. We become the laughing stock of the world. America's elections will be looked at the way we look at Russian elections or, Ukraine's elections, or not even having elections anymore, right? How rigged that they would look. So they can only cheat so much. And now with what just happened, they can't overcome this. They can't overcome this. The thing is, I still feel like they're not going to allow Trump back in office. We are in a post-Donald Trump assassination attempt world. Have you guys processed that yet? I'm still processing this. It's freaking bonkers. All right, let's keep going here. So this is from John Cullen. Says this is the venue in 3D. It was a 150-yard shot. He says lots of us here can hit a $50 at that distance on a all day long. I don't know what rifle he's using. There's people saying that one lady, I think she's a CNN reporter. She's from some news outlet saying that he had an AR-15 sniper assault rifle. That's what she said. It just sounds so ridiculous, but some people are pointing that he had an AR and it was a 223 round. Somebody else, and shit, I don't even know if I pulled it up, are saying that he had a legit bolt action, precision rifle is what people showed. It was like a $2,200 rifle. I'm more concerned about what optic was he running. But let's look at the venue in 3D and see where he took the shot from. So you guys see, am I sharing this right now? Let me make sure I'm sharing this. Sorry, guys. I know I'm a little rusty here. While the world is bonkers. I know. Hey, if you guys are watching, throw a little comment in the chat. If there's something you guys want me to talk about, if you got a question, if you got a comment, if you know something that I don't, share it in the chat. Also, give that like button a tap. If you guys like my shirt, you guys know where you can order it. If you guys like my shirt, give my friend Christy a call. She's pretty awesome. Over at SCM Clothing in Felton. It's a local shop. This isn't like some internet company that's doing it. So you'd be supporting local business. I'm not making any money off these shirts. It's just she has a shirt, or she has an apparel shop. So Santa Cruz Mountain Clothing, sem-clothing.com. Her number is 831-431-0273. You can just call her, say, hey, I want to order a shirt. They're still open. They're open until 6:30. So if you guys want one, let's see. Oh, how did I do that? Huh. It's funny. I didn't even know I could do that. All right. Let's get that off screen there. Okay. Let's keep going here. So shit. Huh. Did I make it bigger? I made it bigger on my end. I don't know if I made it bigger on your end. Okay, no jokes there. All right, this is the venue. So you guys can see where the star is right here. That is Trump's stage. This barn-looking building over here on the right with the white roof, that's where the they're saying Secret Service sniper, but I don't know if that's Secret Service or local PD. It just said police on his plate carrier. So yeah, the sniper team up there, even though one should have been a spotter, but they both had rifles aimed at the target, which is over here where this red dot is. So they're saying that this is a 150-yard shot. It's unimpeded. It's wide open. People are blaming it on the wind. 150 yards is not a long ways, you guys. I mean, it's with the AR, if you don't have an optic with just like a red dot or even iron sights, I mean, yeah, that would be a pretty darn good shot. I mean, I'm new to shooting, so I've been shooting like 5 years now. I suck. This crappy shooter is probably a better shooter than I was, or I am. But all right, let's just watch this. Yeah, they got the stupid music, but. Oh, this music is so annoying. Can I mute it? Yeah, I can. Okay, that music is bugging me. I'm sorry, you guys. Hopefully you guys weren't enjoying it. Okay, it's Trump stage, sniper team here on the white roof, right? And then the actual shooter over here, pretty unimpeded. You can see the roof. You see this like line down the middle of the roof? That's how it's angled in both directions. So it's angled on this side, angled on this side. I don't know where his ladder was. I wish this video showed like where the ladder was set up. But yeah. And I don't know what direction Trump was facing. Like how was the stage set up? Like where was he pointing? I believe his face was pointing towards these other buildings where the Secret Service team was, I believe. And then that's why I believe the shooter was aiming like at his left ear. And that's why when Trump turned his head, it ended up coming through his right ear because he turned his head, basically exposed the back of his head to the shooter. And when he did that, it changed the angle of his head just ever so slightly, and it missed him by inches. So this is a pretty good little 3D. It gives you a good idea of exactly how this whole thing was set up. I want to know where the ladder was because the cop climbed up the ladder. Shooter aims his rifle at the cop. You'd think the ladder would be behind him, like over here where it's like hidden, so he wouldn't get seen climbing up the ladder. But all right, why is he zooming out so far? Seems unnecessary here. Okay. All right. All right. You guys get the picture. So yeah. So you see how the building that he shot from was like up against this other building, and there's a little like walkway in between. You'd think that's where the ladder was. I mean, it's not going to be right here. Everybody clearly see him climbing up the ladder. I'm just speculating right now. But if it's behind him, that means the shooter, when the cop climbs up the ladder, the shooter would have to turn around and aim it at the cop. If the cop already has his weapon drawn, I mean, you're toast, buddy. Like the shooter has to turn all the way around. Even if the officer just has a pistol, that's a failure. That's a failure to me. And yeah, the Secret Service agents sniper team was right up here. They had all the time in the world to take him out, and they didn't. I don't get it. I don't get it, you guys. All right, this is apparently the rifle that he had. So this is from Hal Turner Radio Show, and this is from Rothmus over on Twitter here. And yeah, I don't know if this is accurate, but this is what the Hal Turner Radio Show is reporting, that he had a $12,000 precision rifle. It was a bolt action rifle. And is it a bolt action rifle? Because that was a semi-auto rifle that they shot. You hear how fast the rounds were fired off. That had to have been a semi-auto rifle. So I'm curious. This looks like a bolt action rifle to me. It looks like you see the bolt handle right here. I don't know. You guys tell me. Have they confirmed what rifle that he had yet? Check the chat. Maybe you guys know. North side over on Rumble. Ladder was apparently set up between some buildings to provide the ladder climber some concealment. Okay, that's what I was saying. So here, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that video. So if it was set up between the buildings, let's zoom in here. Let's go to a better spot. Okay. All right. This is perfect. So this is where the shooter was, right? And the only spot where you can set up a ladder between the buildings is back here. Well, you see where the stage is. So that means the shooter is on this half of the roof where my cursor is, because that's the angled part. And it's angled up on this side, down on this side in terms of what direction you're pointing at the stage. So he's on the side that's angled back towards these buildings. If the ladder's back here and he's aiming his gun forward here and the cop climbs up the ladder, first of all, how did the shooter even know the cop had climbed up the ladder unless he heard him? Like, how's he going to hear him? That's pretty loud there. I don't know. It's a metal roof. Maybe he heard him. But he's got to swing all the way around. He's in a laying down position. He's laying down. Like, anybody that's shot laying down with a rifle knows you can't just exactly easily swing your rifle 180 degrees in, towards behind you. It's that cop, if he had his gun drawn, should have easily been able to take out the sniper or the shooter before he aimed his rifle at him. So yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me. If his ladder was set up back here, that's where it would make sense. If what you're saying is correct there, north side, then yeah, if his ladder was set up between some buildings to provide the concealment, well, that's the only place it could be, right there. So that would mean that his ladder was behind the shooter, and you would have to swing his gun around to point it at the cop who climbed up the ladder. That's a lot of time. Cop had plenty of time to freaking mag dump him, but okay, I guess so. Let's keep going. Yeah, so saying that he had this $12,000 precision rifle. I don't know if that's the case. If you guys know what rifle he had, please let me know. I've heard reports that he had an AR. 223 was the round, and this doesn't. It's obviously not an AR. I don't know if that's bolt action. I think it had to have been a semi-auto gun with how fast the rounds were fired, but I don't know if this is a semi-auto. Like, aren't most precision rifles bolt action, not semi-auto? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So getting a lot of conflicting reports here. All right, let's get into some unhinged stuff, what some of the unhinged leftists are saying. So we'll go back over to Mario Narwhals here. He says Reid Hoffman. You guys know this Reid Hoffman guy. What he got into it with Peter Thiel, and this is before. No, this was after the shooting, wasn't it? Yeah. So he got into it with Peter Thiel, who I'm not a fan of, but Peter Thiel is one of the owners of or creators of Palantir, heavily connected to intelligence agencies. I've talked about him several times. Palantir, TikTok ban, all that stuff. I've done episodes on that. So go down that rabbit hole yourself. But Peter Thiel apparently got into it with Reid Hoffman, a strategist. Suggests Trump shooting may be false. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So I got ahead of myself. So this is Reid Hoffman saying some other unhinged shit. So he says, Reid Hoffman. Sorry, I got distracted by Destiny's bitch ass post that he put out there. So Reid Hoffman's strategist suggests Trump shooting was maybe a false flag. It was from Dimitri Melhorn. One possibility is that the shooting was encouraged and maybe even staged so Trump can get the photos and benefit from the backlash. This popped into my head yesterday on my run. I was like, I guarantee people are going to say this, that Trump set this whole thing up. Trump got shot in the freaking ear to set this whole thing up. This is a clash. Oh, God. Russia again. This is a classic Russian tactic, such as when Putin killed 300 civilians in 1999 and blamed it on the terrorists to ride the backlash to winning power. That's not even close to the same thing. Others who have embraced this tactic of committing raw evil and then benefiting from the backlash include Hamas on October 7th. Well, that's something that I've talked about before. No one newspaper or opinion leader in America is willing to openly consider the possibility that Trump and Putin staged this on purpose. Oh, Trump and Putin staged this on purpose. And if the shooter is who they say it is, yeah. So Trump put his life in the hands of some high school kid that wasn't even allowed on the high school rifle team. And I was shocked. They have a high school rifle team. That's pretty badass. But let's see the document he has linked here. Okay. Someone shot at former President Trump, breaking skin and causing bleeding. This is a major event in American history. Political violence is always either real or staged. The appropriate reaction depends greatly on which it is. One possibility is, so this is apparently from Reid Hoffman. Is that his name? Reid Hoffman? One possibility is that some crazy anti-Trumper is in this chaotic moment decided to assassinate the former president. If that's what happened, anyone associated with this effort must be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Furthermore, anyone who sympathizes with the shooter must be ostracized. Our coalition does not support violence, and that is the other side. This is not, sorry, this print is blurry. This is not quite as bad as Trump inciting the Tree of Life mass murder, but it's not good. We condemn it. The other possibility, which feels horrific and alien and absurd in America, but is quite common globally, is that the shooting was encouraged or maybe even staged so Trump could get the photos and benefit from the backlash. This is a classic Russian tactic, such as when Putin killed 300 civilians in 1999 and blamed it on the terrorists to ride the backlash to winning power. Others who have embraced this tactic, committing raw evil and then benefiting from the backlash, include Hamas on October 7th. If any Trump officials encouraged or knew this was an attack that is morally horrific, and Republicans of decency must demand that Trump step down as unfit. This is unhinged. So what was it? To be clear, it might have been real. Both pro-Trump and anti-Trump coalitions include violently insane people. A Bernie person shot at Steve Scalise during that softball game. Trump supporters have killed police to start a race war, committed mass murder in a synagogue. Violence happens. On the other hand, I know I am prone to bias on this, but this is a classic Putin play, and given the facts, seem more plausible. So how are they still trying to connect Putin to Trump? Why didn't Putin invade Ukraine when Trump was president? Why did he wait until Biden got in office and almost immediately invade Ukraine? They still, after all this time, they have nothing to link Trump to Putin. Look at the actual shot. Look at the staging. Look at how ready Trump is to rally. Yeah, he got all fired up. Dude just got shot. This pampered baby shit his pants when an eagle lunged at his food. Look at how quickly Trump protects himself at the expense of others, but showed few of those lifelong instincts in this moment. And consider how often Putin and his allies run this play. So he seems to think that is what is the likely scenario, that Trump set this whole thing up with Vladimir Putin. This is insane. I know it feels yucky to discuss such a possibility, but in this case, the odds are so high and the stakes so consequential, we must ask. It says as, but I think he said meant to say ask the question. I skimmed a few headlines just now. Not one newspaper or opinion leader in America is willing to openly consider the possibility that Trump and Putin staged this on purpose. Yeah, because even the insane mockingbird corporate press isn't dumb enough to vocalize this the day of an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. You're the only one dumb enough to do this. Ask the question, people. If it proves wrong, we should respond appropriately to a non-staged act of political violence as outlined above. But your credibility and our entire system of truth and justice depends on being certain of the answer. This dude's a nutbag. This dude is a complete freaking nutbag. So yeah, this is Reid Hoffman. Let me see. I think one of you guys sent me something. Let me check this really quick. Oh, holy crap. Mario Narwhals emailed me. Let's see. Maybe this wasn't. What the heck? Okay, so somebody from Mario, I always call him Mario Narwhals. It's Mario Narfall. You guys, I'm sure you guys know who he is, especially if you're like ex-regulars. Somebody from his team just DM'd me. Let's see. Hello, Michael. Hope all is good. We're excited to announce that we'll be covering the entire 2024 Republican National Convention starting next week from Monday, July 15th until Thursday, July 18th. Our coverage will run each day from 8 a.m. Eastern Time to 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Throughout the event, we will be streaming major conferences showing breaking news, blah, blah, blah. We would be honored to have you join us as a speaker. What? No way. Why? Like, why? I get invited to be on spaces all the time. I don't have anything unique to say. I just look at stuff and talk shit. I'm just a dumb tech, but okay. I'd be happy to join. We'd be honored to have you join us as a speaker. Could you please let us know which the days of the week would be available to participate in the spaces so you can arrange the best time for you? Looking forward to your response. Best, Anastasia. Well, that's cool. That is pretty cool. So, okay. Well, that's cool. I should respond to her. I'll wait till the show's over when I do that. Crazy. I got invited to be on a Mario Narwhal space. That's pretty cool. I like Mario. I know some of you guys talk crap about him, but I like him. I think he does his best to be balanced. Don't shoot me. No pun intended there. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see. The RGS over on Rumble, there are a lot of questions. Why did it happen 2 days before the RNC? Yeah, no kidding. And 2 days before the Republican National Convention, but also pretty shortly after, the Supreme Court just ruled that, stuff Trump did while he was in office or under official capacity or however they ruled it, that he can't be charged for that shit. So all of the cases, the 42 felonies or however many it was, all that shit looks like it's just dead in the water. They tried to put him in prison, tried to put him in jail. That's not going to work. This has become realized in the last couple of weeks. What's the next step? People have been saying this for a long time. They tried to impeach Trump, right? If they would have successfully impeached Trump, that would have meant, they did impeach him, but if they would have actually convicted him, he wouldn't have been able to run again, right? Well, that didn't work. I think that's the case. You guys correct me if I'm wrong there. If he was successfully impeached, then he wouldn't have been able to run again, right? Well, that didn't work. Then they try to charge him with all these bullshit charges, felonies, whatever. Well, that doesn't work. Can't put him in jail with that. Obviously, all the propaganda to get people to not vote for him. He's up by 10 points over Biden and everybody else, except for Michelle Obama. He's pulling way ahead of anyone. And again, they don't need to have somebody that's pulling ahead of Trump or even 50-50 with Trump. They need somebody within striking distance. And I think they want somebody within 5 points because, like I said earlier, you can't cheat much more than 10, 15, maybe max 20%, Like, you have to add so many ballots to the system in order to cheat that much, and it's going to be so obvious that they did cheat. So they don't need somebody that's polling better than Trump. They just need somebody that's within striking distance of their fortification. You know what I mean? So, well, they tried to lock him up. They tried to spread propaganda to get people to not vote for him. Neither of those things worked. They can't let him back in office. They can't do it. What's the next natural progression here? It's take the guy out. A lot of people have been saying that. They're gonna try to freaking kill Trump. And he's a registered Republican. All this, the shooter, the alleged shooter, because that's still, people are still debating that. Sorry, let me change my view here. So people are still debating on whether this was actually even the shooter. But people have been talking for weeks, months, that they can't let him back in office. They tried to jail him, tried to put him in prison, tried to spread enough propaganda to get people to not vote for him. He's up by 10 points. They can't put him in prison. What's the next natural progression? Try to kill Donald Trump. Well, everybody's shooter, is registered Republican, this and that. Yeah, let's say if the deep state was going to try to kill Donald Trump, how would they do it? You think they're going to like have a guy in uniform that is a former CIA agent go do it? I mean, they're going to do something with plausible deniability. I don't want to get too freaking tinfoily here, but I mean, we know about MK Ultra. We know about them trying to create people they can control to make Manchurian candidates and all that kind of shit. This is stuff that they did. They didn't just stop doing it. All this crazy, insane shit that they've done over the years. If they were going to try to take out Trump, they'd probably use some loner, highly impressionable, or somebody that is compromised psychologically. And anyway, I'm just speculating. How would they do it if they were to do it? Well, this shooter that they're alleging did it seems to sort of fit the bill here. Just speculating, not trying to get too tinfoily here. I'm not saying that Trump was well, I think that the deep state tried to take out Donald Trump personally. I don't think this was some lone wolf that didn't have any influence from anybody. Like, this whole thing is super fishy too. Like, again, how did he get on the roof? How did he get the rifle in there? Why wasn't he taken out by the cop? Why wasn't he taken out by the Secret Service sniper team? It's not making sense, you guys. Okay, let's get into the shooter a little bit. So this is from Sarah Fields, who was recently suspended on Twitter, like a permanent suspension. She works for, she's a reporter for, what is it? The Publica Now, which is Sydney Watson's like newsletter or whatever. It's her thing. Well, there was in another country, there's some illegal immigrants. I don't know if they're called illegal immigrants in other countries that raped a child, and they shared a blurred picture that was already widely shared by a bunch of other outlets that didn't show the child being raped. It was a blurred picture that showed something. She got a permanent suspension. This is like a week ago. They finally let her back on, but she's good at what she does. Hold on, folks. I apologize. Sorry, I had to cough. I didn't want to cough into the microphone. Okay, so Sarah Fields says the shooter has been identified by the FBI and Thomas Matthew Crooks. Crooks had been working as a dietary aide at Bethel Park Skilled Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Center. Two former classmates who attended Bethel Park High School with the gunman said that they had not noticed any obvious warning signs. The gunman appears to have graduated in 2022, according to the video recording of last year's graduation ceremony. The school officials did not immediately respond to a message on Sunday, and one teacher said that the staff had been instructed not to talk to the news media. Local law enforcement officials found materials for 2 explosive devices in Mr. Cook's car, And they believe he may have been and they believe they may have found a third at his residence, according to a person with knowledge of the investigation. And Steven Crowder's team tried to like drive by the house last night, and they were stopped by somebody. I don't have that video pulled up, but they rolled up to the street. They had the street blocked off. Some dude in wearing a plate carrier and khaki pants said, "You guys can't come in here." And they said, "Are you guys Secret Service?" They said, the dude said, "No, basically get the hell out of here." They had a little back and forth and they drove off. But they had this kid's street blocked off. The gunman did not have any criminal history reflected in Pennsylvania's public court records, and officials say they had not identified a motive. This is the source is the New York Post. So the New York Post is who's reporting that this kid, Thomas Matthew Crooks, why do they always have three names, you guys? Why do they always have three names? Where's his copy of Catcher in the Rye? All right, let's keep going here. That's who they're reporting is the gunman, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Okay, let's go back over to Mario Narwhal's. Breaking, FBI believes Trump rally shooter acted alone. FBI, the FBI, you guys, you know, the same FBI that raided Mar-a-Lago and allegedly infiltrated the January 6th riot and possibly acted as agent provocateurs to get people all riled up. You know, that FBI, the FBI who has uniforms that strongly resemble the uniforms of Patriot Front, that FBI. Well, they say that the FBI believes Trump rally shooter acted alone. You guys, don't you guys trust the Federal Bureau of Incompetence? FBI officials say they believe the Trump rally shooter acted alone. They are combing through his social media and weapons, but have not identified an ideology or found any threatening posts. They are combing through his social media. What social media, you guys? You guys remember the Texas shooter? It was like at a mall. Allen, was it like Allentown or Allen? I think it was Allen, Texas. Do you guys remember that shooter? He had like he had a tattoo on his hand. Do you guys remember that shooter? It was probably like a year ago now. But remember, like he didn't have any social media. And then that outlet Bellingcat, that freaking CIA front outlet Bellingcat comes out and they're like, "Hey, check out this crazy random Russian hosted social media site that the guy has." And he's like a Latino dude, but is apparently a white supremacist. He had a fresh swastika tattooed on him. Like, do you guys remember this? It was so suspect. Comes out like days after. It was just super weird. So Scarlett, knock it off. You had all day to drink water. Okay, you're ruining the show, Scarlett. Jeez. I love her. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so they're coming through his social media that nobody can seem to find, and I'd be curious to look at it. If you guys got a link to his social media, please send it to me. A suspicious device was located and diffused. What does that mean? Was it a bomb? Because you can't diffuse a sandwich. Like, what was the suspicious device? What was it? A bomb? Like, what the heck? What did you diffuse? Okay, no indication of mental health issues with Thomas Matthew Crooks. Not really, according to his friends that knew him. He was a loner and weird and well, they didn't say he had mental health issues, but they said he was bullied like crazy. Shiva, can you stop? Now my German Shepherd is acting up. Okay, says Pittsburgh FBI agent, source the AP, the New York Times. Okay, all right. So, sorry, that was just I didn't need to be sharing my screen on that one, but it was just might as well show you. This is the pictures of Thomas Michael Crooks apparently. So there you go. Why does it say his middle name? It doesn't show his middle name in his yearbook picture or whatever this is. Is that a herpy? Has he got a herpy on his lip there? What's going on there? Yeah, I don't know. This can't judge much from how someone looks, but I mean, this kid's picture is going to go down in infamy. So that's him. Yeah, what was his name again? Was it Thomas Michael Crooks? Thomas Matthew Crooks. My apologies. Thomas Matthew Crooks. Why do they always say his middle name? Like, it's just weird. You know, it's funny. If they ever try to set me up as like an assassin and try to do some crap on me, I got 2 middle names. So you guys are screwed. You guys will have to pick one of my 2 middle names. Fed boys. So ha. Checkmate. Sorry, that was weird. I know, I'm weird. All right, let's keep going here. This is also from Mario Narwhals. Check the chat really quick. Northside over on Rumble. Nikki Haley did it. So yeah, that's the whole. Remember, so Pennsylvania has they're saying the kids are registered Republican. All of that. So it's important to point out a lot of people are saying that, you know, Pennsylvania has a closed primary, meaning Democrats can't vote in the primary. And remember, a lot of Democrats are being encouraged to register as Republicans so they could go vote in the primary for Nikki Haley. So just that should be pointed out. So Northside, Nikki Haley did it. I don't think so. She just agreed to speak at the Republican National Convention, though. Did you guys notice that? Would be one explanation. Oh, you guys are being serious. Stormin 115 over on Rumble. How did I get the shirt already? I have a friend over here local that has a shop, and it's called Santa Cruz Mountain Clothing. And if you guys want one of these shirts, I'm not making any money off these shirts. They're not like sitting on the shelf or anything like that, but she can print them out and mail them to you guys, or you guys can even go into her shop. You guys can give her a call, 831-431-0273, Santa Cruz Mountain Clothing, scm-clothing.com. So scm-clothing.com is the website. It's probably best just to call her because these shirts aren't on her website. But you can it doesn't have to be a black shirt too. It could be a white t-shirt. This is actually a long. I'm 6'6" and skinny, so it's hard to find shirts that fit me well. This is a large, tall shirt. I was very stoked that she had these in stock. But I mean, she'll put this on she'll put it on a coffee mug. She'll put it on a tank top for you ladies that might want one. Okay, sorry. She'll put it on a bikini top. She sells bikinis there. You guys want this on a bikini? You guys want this picture on your tits? You can do that. You can absolutely do that. You can have one on each tit if you want. You could have one on the bottoms if you want. I mean, I'm not sure how well it would look on a bikini bottom, but you know, you do you. I'm not big on female styles there, but yeah, if you guys want one of these shirts, give Christy a call. Christy is the owner of SCM Clothing, 831-431-0273, or go to the website, scm-clothing.com. Her email address is also, now I'm not going to create a banner. Her email address is scmapparel@gmail. Right? scmapparel@gmail. If you guys want to order one of these, that's probably the best way to do it. Just email her, say what size shirt you want, what color shirt you want, and just the you missed fuckers. Just she'll know what it is. Trump, you missed fuckers in the headline, whatever. She'll know what it is. All right. Yeah. So if you guys want to order this, again, I'm not selling them. I'm not making any money off of them. I made this as a goof, but you would be supporting local business if you wanted it. Matty Bracco, nice to see you. There were trees semi-blocking the view of the ladder. Okay. Jack Downing over on X, they're saying it was an AR-15 style weapon, whatever that means. Exactly. Had to have been semi-auto, though, you know, with how fast the rounds went off. Couldn't have been a bolt-action rifle. I mean, yeah, there's no way. There's no way it could have been a bolt-action rifle. Wally World, if you're going to Wally World over on YouTube, if you're going to go to Mario's space, you need to learn to pronounce his last name. No, it's Mario Narwhals. It's not Narfal or whatever. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to call him Mario Narwhals. I'm not going to say his full name. I would just call him Mario anyway. Pete Grabber, nice to see you. Over on X, Matty Bracco, Hillary is quiet. Yeah, interesting, huh? Why isn't she saying anything? Punished Axel over on YouTube, probably to create less confusion where it makes their name that much more distinct than only a first/surname. Oh, I see why they say three names. Yeah, I still want to be tinfoily about it. So, yeah, curious, very curious. Casey Martin, nice to see you. Hello. Y'all notice how the MSM had scripts/marching orders ahead of time? Popping noises. He fell. Yeah, exactly. And then I can't remember who it was. Some lady came out and said, we can't call it an assassination attempt until we get reports from like official law enforcement sources that say it was an assassination attempt. It was clearly a shooter. They shot the shooter and killed him. It was clearly gunshots fired at Donald Trump. One of the Trump supporters was shot and killed. Another was put in a coma. What else can you call it? Why do you need law enforcement to confirm that it was indeed an assassination attempt when they shot at Donald Trump? They shot him in the ear. There's a bunch of people trying to say it was glass from a shattered teleprompter. Like, what's more likely? In the picture, it looks like a damn freaking hole in his ear, too. And it looks like a hole of like a 5.56 or a 2.23 round. It's pretty small, but it looks like a clean hole going through his ear. So it's glass from a teleprompter. So many unhinged ass people. And we'll get into this a little bit. Destiny is such a piece of shit. If you guys know Destiny, the podcaster dude, the cuck, the guy that used to like to watch people fuck his wife. Yeah, this is a real guy. He's very like internet famous. Destiny. He's an absolute piece of shit with the stuff he's been saying. Casey Martin, MSM, all avoided reporting shots fired. Assassination. Yeah, they said Trump fell down. Trump escorted off stage after popping noises. Yeah, you're right. They said that. The MSM all avoided reporting shots fired. Assassination essentially played it off as a Trump gaffe. Yeah, I know. It's just freaking, these people are unhinged. They're garbage. Okay. So back over to Mario Narwhal's. Trump shooter was a loner, relentlessly bullied. Thomas Matthew Crooks, the would-be assassin of Trump, was a bullied loner from suburban Pittsburgh. Crooks, a 20-year-old nursing home employee, was killed by Secret Service after wounding Trump and killing a rally goer. Bomb-making materials were found in his car and home. That's just weird, too. Like, this whole thing seems so fishy. Like, well, he's dead. Can't question him. He's given just enough time to get the shots off, and now he's dead, and you can't question him. Why do you have bomb stuff in his car? How'd he get the rifle in there? How'd the ladder get there? So much of this shit doesn't make sense, you guys. All right, let's keep going. So this is a video from one of his classmates. This is from Colin Rugg. New Thomas Matthew Crooks was reportedly rejected from high school's rifle team because his bad shot and his off-color jokes, according to the New York Post. The former classmates claim he had tried out for the rifle team in Bethel Park High School. You guys got rifle teams? I'm a Californian. Like, that's just unthinkable out here. Rifle teams? That's so badass. Jeez, man. I know out in Tahoe they have snowboarding teams. I always thought that was cool, but you guys got rifle teams? Man, lucky kids. The school's range was 50 yards long and 21 feet wide. The Post says he once shot from the 7th lane, which was closest to the right wall, and missed so bad he hit the left wall. So 21 feet wide. That's impossible. Like, that's impossible to do on accident. So, well, I'll embarrass myself a little bit here. When I very first started shooting, like my first time to the rifle range, I bought a rifle. It was my first AR, a Smith & Wesson M&P 15. And we were trying, it was actually my former boss. actually the guy that fired me for refusing to wear a mask. We were close. We were actually buddies. This is another thing that made that whole thing extra shitty. We used to go shooting together, and he taught me to shoot, basically. I mean, I'd shot before that, but he's the one that taught me how to sight in my red dots, sight in my iron sights, and just like some basics with firearms and stuff, like how to clear a jam. Like, he showed me a lot. And he's also like kind of autistic. So he's like very into gun safety. This dude was so, like, he was a cool guy, even though he fired me for refusing to wear a mask. A bunch of us bought rifles like right around the same time. I'm an audio video guy. We have a lot of trainings, a lot of like networking trainings, new audio videos changing all the time. There's always stuff that you have to learn about. But he essentially did a training for us on how to take apart our rifles, clean every little part, and then put them back together. That's who this guy is. He's just a cool guy. Anyway, he showed me how to sight in my red dot, my brand new AR, and he had it on a stand, and I was just looking through the red dot, and like it was on a rifle stand, and I moved it a little bit, and I fired off. It ended up being like 3 rounds, one at a time, but I fired off 3 rounds, and he's like, I don't see it. I'm like, I'm on target. I can see it going through the paper. The guy at the lane next to us goes, hey guys, I think you're actually shooting my target. I was shooting the guy's target in the lane next to me. Like, that's how awful I was. But like, even that is like, you're way off one lane over. They're saying he was hitting the wall. Like, I'm sorry, that was a tangent that probably I didn't need to go on, but they're saying this guy was so bad that he once shot from the 7th lane, which was closest to the right wall, and missed so bad he hit the left wall. He tried out and was such a comically bad shot, he was unable to make the team and left after the first day, classmates said. Well, his shot sure wasn't that far off on Donald Trump, was it? He got him through the ear. So, okay. Our old coach was a stickler. He trained Navy marksmen, so he knew people. He knew when someone's not the greatest person. We noticed a few things Thomas said and how he interacted with other people. He said some things that were kind of concerning. Like what? The video below is a former classmate telling NBC about how Crooks was allegedly bullied. Okay, so this video is like unrelated to what he was talking about with the rifle team, but we'll go ahead and watch this. All right.
I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays. So they're going to see someone like that, and they're going to target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. Like, I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
Yeah. You said he was a loner?
Yeah. I want to say he was a loner more because he was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like, he was bullied so much.
This is high school.
Yeah.
What did they, do you remember at all what they said to him or called him?
No. He was just made fun of, I guess, for the way he dressed or his appearance. I mean, he was.
Okay. So he was bullied relentlessly, a loner. Casey Martin, he got Oswalded. It's more like he got who was the one that shot Oswald? What's his name again? What do you guys tell me in the chat? The mob linked guy that shot Oswald. And then man, they didn't change the script very much. Okay. I'm trying not to get too tinfoily, Casey Martin. It's just not going to happen, though, is it? There's just too much weird shit going on with all of this. Like, okay. Oh, okay. This might get me kicked off of YouTube. So I don't care if it does. All right. So Roger Stone. So everybody's reporting that this is what's his name there? Crooks. What's his full name again? Thomas Matthew Crooks. Everybody's reporting that it was Thomas Matthew Crooks. Well, Roger Stone, who's regularly on, well, I don't know about regularly, but he's been on Luke from We Are Change, his new podcast with Clint Russell. Roger Stone doesn't seem to believe that Crooks was the shooter. So let's go over to Aaron Connor, who responded to one of my posts with this. And Roger Stone allegedly got this from somebody that he calls a reputable source, or a trustworthy source. So a guy named Aaron Jin says, I think Roger Stone is right. The shooter is not Thomas Crooks, but more likely this guy, Maxwell Urich, who apparently was like an Antifa member guy. The dead shooter and Maxwell both have gauged ears. His earrings are removed and some hair color and style. So this is what will probably get me kicked off of YouTube. I'm going to actually show the picture here. Oh, that didn't help much, did it? Well, that's the picture of the dead shooter. I mean, you can see the rifle looks like it went through his nose and like carved out the side of his face. So sorry, trigger warning, you guys. But I mean, that doesn't look like Thomas Matthew Crooks to me. It looks like the guy in this picture. So Roger Stone is saying that he doesn't think that Crooks was the actual shooter. So that should be pointed out. Doesn't think those Crooks is the actual shooter. There's also that video of the guy that's going around sitting in his car saying they got the wrong guy. You guys saw that too. So that's floating around as well. And I don't know what to believe at this point, but I mean, the media, the FBI, everybody's sure saying that it was this Thomas Matthew Crooks kid, and coming out talking about how he was bullied. They found bomb materials in his car. But somehow he got up on that roof. Somehow he got the rifle in there. Somehow he was able to get off 5 to 8 shots, even though the Secret Service had their weapons trained on him and a cop walked up the ladder on him. And then he was shot and killed immediately after, so nobody can interrogate him. Okay. If you say so, FBI. All right. So this is a graphic I came across that I thought was pretty interesting. So it looks like Crooks was like kind of aiming behind and to the left of Donald Trump. And like at the last minute, Trump turned his head and you could see it would have went through like the back right side of his head and definitely through his brain if Trump didn't move ever so slightly at the last minute. It shows like the angle of his head in this picture, and it shows the angle of his head in this picture. Here, let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see it. Oh, damn it. Okay, let me make this bigger. Okay. So you guys see this graphic here? You see Trump, the two different shots. You see Trump with his head kind of angled forward here, and then he turns to the right and looks at the sign. He was talking about illegal immigration and how many people came across the border. He looks at the sign, and that's like there's a picture, a crazy ass picture that you see the bullet in the air. It's the craziest picture. But yeah, it looks like it went through his ear. Trump's got a freaking hole in his ear. There's a bunch of people saying it came from a teleprompter. It was glass from a teleprompter. Okay. Even though people directly behind him got shot. So the thing is, I guess they weren't people directly behind him, because if it was traveling this way, it wouldn't be the people right behind him. Maybe there's bleachers over here too. So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting graphic to look at. Okay. So here's where it gets extra freaking weird. I don't know what to make of this, you guys. So this is from Rami Nassour. And he's just commenting, he's replying to Mario Narwhals here. And he says, Thomas Matthew Crook, the individual involved in the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, is indeed linked to a recent BlackRock commercial. This connection has generated considerable controversy and attention. It has been confirmed that Crook was featured in the BlackRock commercial, which has stirred public and media interest due to the stark contrast between his commercial appearance and his subsequent violent actions at the rally. So this is an article. It looks like a screenshot. Oh, no. This is the video. Okay. So Justin Thomas Matthew Crooks, the 20-year-old shooter who tried to assassinate President Donald Trump, was featured in a BlackRock commercial. So let's watch the video. This shit is like, what the hell? Oh, no. It's just a screenshot. I think I got the video, though. Yeah, I do. So here, okay, let's watch the video. It's a very small part in the video. Stand by, my computer's slow.
Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial.
So that was him right there. I think that's him right there in the video. So, sitting in the front row in class, and it shows him again in this video as well. So it's just this teacher talking, and he happens to be a teacher of Thomas Michael Crooks. I have no idea what to make of this, you guys. It's just weird.
Honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school.
There he is. So right there. 19 seconds, 20 seconds into the video. So there he is sitting in the front row. That allegedly is the shooter, Thomas Michael Crooks, in a BlackRock video. Just how weird. BlackRock commercial.
And gave as much as he could to help the community.
This is not weird at all, right, you guys? It's not weird. I don't know what to make of it. I'm not going to get tinfoiling on this one. It's just bizarre. It's just freaking weird. A lot of people are trying to say MK Ultra because of this, but I don't know how this makes MK Ultra more plausible other than, you know, he was a loner and weird, and both his parents were psychologists, and nobody can interrogate him. Somehow he was able to climb on that roof and fire off 8 shots, even though the sniper was trained on him, and even though the cop confronted him. But, you know, and he's in a BlackRock video. So I don't know what that. They're showing the killer's ear and then his ear in the video. Okay, I'm not even gonna go down this rabbit hole. It's just, I don't know what to make of that. He was in a BlackRock commercial. Okay. So this is sad news also from Mario Narwhals. He's been reporting on this all day. He's just like really been digging deep into it. So Marine veteran David Dutch was identified as one of the 2 spectators injured in the Trump rally shooting in Pennsylvania. Dutch, 57 years old, was critically injured and is currently in an induced coma after being shot twice by the assailant, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Alleged assailant, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Another injured spectator, James Copenhaver, 74, is now in stable condition. Well, that's good. And we saw the gentleman that passed away. I should have brought up his picture, but I didn't. I don't have it saved. We live in insane times, you guys. Let's see. Jack Ruby. Thank you, Jack Downing, over on X. That is correct. Jack Ruby is the one that took out Lee Harvey Oswald. Yeah, the mob-related guy. And didn't he like, they took Jack Ruby in, and didn't like a psychiatrist visit him, and then after that visit he was all crazy after that? Kind of like in Batman Begins, the Scarecrow character, when he visits that mob boss. Remember, I always thought that's where Batman Begins got that whole idea from, was the Jack Ruby situation. Vankman, nice to see you over on X. The fact that they rapidly are assuring us of the identity of the shooter and that he was a lone wolf automatically makes me suspicious. They've simply done too much lying to deserve any benefit of the doubt. Words right out of my mind. Like they sure do seem to be trying to sell this kid as the shooter. Like, no, he was the shooter, you guys, I swear. And what's his face does not seem to think so. Pete Grabber, you said it was going to be a crazy summer a while back, and you weren't wrong. Yeah, but I was thinking more about I thought there was going to be like crazy riots and shit like that. Like, I thought we were going to have crazy shit going on leading up to the election. I thought we were going to have another George Floyd type event that was going to make everybody go banana balls again. But yeah, I mean, this falls into the crazy category, doesn't it? Casey Martin, Jack Ruby. Yep. Thank you. Jack Ruby would have been the Secret Service counter sniper. Terry Wallace, it is also unbelievable. Yeah, it's insane. All you guys over on Rumble. Northside over on Rumble. Respect to the dead guy. Seemed like he was a stand-up firefighter. Yeah, this shit is terrible. Yeah, whole situation is terrible. Okay, let's keep going here. I got some more good amount of stuff to get through. So I don't know how long I'll go tonight. Probably just around 2 hours. And this is from MJ Truth Ultra. It's the same video that I just played. He says the rabbit hole goes deeper. The shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks, the alleged shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks, was featured in a 2023 BlackRock ad. The BlackRock ad was filmed at Bethel Park High School, which Crooks attended. Crooks can be seen at the 19-second mark. My thoughts. Okay, yeah, this is what he says. My thoughts. This to me stinks of MK Ultra. But what's odd to me is that someone would even come across this so fast. Like, how do you cross-reference the name, the school, and BlackRock? What do you think? Yeah, that's interesting. Like, how did they find this? And it's not like he was featured in the video. It's not like they mentioned his name in the video. Maybe they just searched like Bethel. What is it? Bethel High School. Bethel Park High School, and just happened to see. I don't know. Yeah, how did they find that so fast? It's a decent thing to point out. All right, and the leftists are completely unhinged. Like, it's funny how so many people on the left call people on the right conspiracy theorists for saying stuff like, yeah, the FBI was in the crowd on January 6th. Conspiracy theorists. It's like, well, no, that's provable. It's provable that the FBI is in the crowd on January 6th. Meanwhile, they'll talk about how Trump is a Russian agent for 8 years. And the blue and on conspiracies, just them coming out immediately saying, oh, Trump set this thing up. Like, what? Okay. But there's also just people that are like actually coming out saying you knew this was going to happen too. There's people coming out that are like, how did you miss? They're disappointed. They're mad that Donald Trump is still alive and wasn't assassinated. These are the same people that wanted the unvaccinated to die. Remember people that refused to take the shot, like myself. They would like, even what was it? Jimmy Kimmel even joked about it. People that didn't take the shot, they're saying they should be turned around from the hospital. Like, they shouldn't get treatment. They should have their health insurance canceled. And then when people that were unvaccinated allegedly died, they would cheer about it. These people are sick, man. So here's some dude just being disappointed that Donald Trump didn't freaking die. These people are garbage human beings. All right, let's watch this guy rant and rave a little bit.
Literally had one fucking job, a job that lots of other people wish they could have, and you had it and you missed.
Enjoy your visit from the Secret Service, sir.
How the fuck did you miss? Not only did you miss, you didn't even graze him.
If you guys are on TikTok, this is Bougie Brown Skin over on TikTok. That's spelled at BOUJEEBROWNSKIN. Bougie Brown Skin over on TikTok. If you guys want to let him know what you think about his video.
You didn't even pinch the bitch. Now you're about to go get waterboarded for no reason. You didn't even complete the mission. Charlie is upset. I hope your parents are super disappointed in you. How could you?
This dude is sick. This dude's sick. I can't stand Joe Biden. I can't stand Hillary Clinton. I can't stand Gavin Newsom. I would if somebody tried to assassinate Gavin Newsom, I would never cheer or I would never be disappointed that they didn't actually take him out. I don't want, as much as I hate Gavin Newsom, like I hate Gavin Newsom as much as leftists probably hate Trump. I don't want the man to be shot. I don't wish any physical harm on Gavin Newsom. I just want him to not have anything to do with California ever again and sail off into the sunset, go somewhere else. I want nothing bad to happen to him or his family. These people are sick, man. Like, I don't wish death on my worst enemy. And I think most of you guys that are watching this show probably don't either. These people are sick. You got another one. There's plenty of these sickos out there. These people freaking suck, man. Both of these videos are from Libs of TikTok. They probably got sent to her. If she even still runs her account. She's blown up. Shia. All right, let's keep going.
I'm not saying that I would ever try to assassinate a presidential candidate. All I'm saying is that if I went through all of that fucking trouble, I wouldn't miss. I wouldn't graze that nigga. He wouldn't be able to raise a fist. I would finish the fucking job. We could.
Apparently, he deleted this video shortly after he posted it.
They killed that nigga on the spot. The nigga who shot at Trump, they killed that nigga on the spot. He ain't get to breathe for 10 more minutes after that. No trial. None of that shit. You died today. I think we're cooked. I think this is I think this is one of the moments in history where niggas is gonna look back and be like, damn, that was when I knew we was cooked. When niggas failed to assassinate Donald Trump, Khalid knew we were cooked. Like, what the? Let me say first off, before I even post that video, let me say that respect to that nigga for trying to restore the feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all been calling for an assassination, and bro really tried to bring that shit back. So all respect for that. But bro, how the fuck did you? I'm not saying that I would ever try to assassinate.
Freaking people, man. Another person that's disappointed Donald Trump wasn't assassinated. What a shocker, right? What a freaking shocker. But wait, there's more. This kid. A little out of order, but I'll go back to the ones I skipped. So this kid, headphone warning. This kid is loud. This kid is loud as shit. So I'm actually going to take my headphones off a little bit. So another person disappointed Donald Trump wasn't actually killed. Look at his wall, by the way. Scarecrow stuff. Like, look at the background of this. This guy's got a gun to his head. Like, keep your eye on this kid. This is Super 99X over on TikTok. Super 99X over on TikTok. If you guys want to watch his stuff.
How do you miss that?
Oh, God.
We don't miss those. Come on, man. Fuck. We don't miss those. One shot at greatness to be mentioned in the history books.
See, like, that is worthy of a Secret Service visit right there. One shot at greatness to be featured in the history books. This dude's insane. And look what's on the wall behind him. This dude's insane.
And you missed the shot? Fuck! What fucking chance?
So I guess he thought he was being cute or funny. Oh, crap. Apologies. A little feedback there. Yeah, so I guess he thought he was being cute there. But, wow. Okay. Unbelievable. Freaking hell, man. And then Destiny, like I was talking about earlier, the omni-liberal. He's been on like tons of really big shows. He's one of the few leftists that will go and debate people on the right. And he speaks really well. I mean, there's actually been a couple of times I've agreed with him on stuff, but he's a freaking dirtbag. He's an absolute dirtbag. He he frames things from like the way he argues is dishonest. He creates straw man arguments a lot. He dismisses what people say and then talks over them. He debated freaking hell, what's his name, about the Israel-Palestine stuff. I can't remember. It was like a 3-hour debate and he got absolutely wrecked. But anyway, so Destiny, the omni-liberal over on Twitter, he says he says this is the fucking retard that got killed at the Trump rally. Fucking LMAOOOOO. So he thinks it's funny that the dude got killed at the Trump rally. He thinks it's funny. This is from Jeremy over at the Quartering. Says innocent bystander who lost his life to lunatic at Trump rally gets called retard by leftist streamer. 3,000 likes. Oh yeah, that's the thing. 458,000 views on that post as of whenever he took this at 2:51 p.m. So it's a lot more by now. Unhinged leftists, man. They are garbage. Okay, so this is the Reid Hoffman thing. I had these things out of order. So Reid Hoffman earlier was the one talking about how this was a setup by Trump and Putin, saying it was a classic Russian tactic. Well, oh, this is the same thing. Damn it. I meant to have his little spat between Peter Thiel, but I guess I pulled up the same thing twice. That sucks. So this guy, Reid Hoffman, and Peter Thiel got into a back and forth, and Peter Thiel said something to him along the lines of they tried to make a martyr out of Donald Trump, and Reid Hoffman said, like live in front of a podium, says it's too bad they didn't make a martyr out of Trump. So he was also disappointed that Trump wasn't assassinated. These people are garbage. Freaking garbage. The Blue Anon, they are more conspiracy theorists than people that say easily provable things. Like Patriot Front is Fed boys. I don't know if Patriot Front is actual feds, but nobody on the right takes these guys seriously and doesn't think they are at the very least influenced by bad actors, and anyone who's part of Patriot Front is either a Fed, a bad actor, or someone that is, a sub 85 IQ that got roped into some BS. Nobody thinks that Patriot Front is legit, and nobody wants to be associated with them. But if you say that, you're a conspiracy theorist. Meanwhile, people on the left that call you a conspiracy theorist will say that Trump set this whole thing up in conjunction with Vladimir Putin. These people are nuts. Freaking unhinged assholes. All right, so enough of the crazy leftards that think this was an inside job by Trump. Oh, I think I do have it there. Yeah. I do have it. Okay, cool. So this is between Peter Thiel and Reid Hoffman. So he says, then in what one source described as a dagger and another as a twist of the knife, Thiel sarcastically thanked Hoffman for funding lawsuits against Trump because they had turned him into a martyr, thereby increasing his chances of re-election. I am so grateful to you, Thiel said. From the stage, Hoffman shot back with his own sarcastic quip. Yeah, I wish I had made him an actual martyr. And on that very uncomfortable note, the exchange ended. Both Hoffman and Thiel did not respond to emails requesting comment. So yeah, this is before Reid Hoffman and Peter Thiel's thing. Okay, this is from some news outlet titled "The Thiel Hoffman Face Off in Sun Valley." Okay, by Dylan Byers. All right, so yeah, Reid Hoffman thinks Trump set this whole thing up with Vladimir Putin to help get elected again, and he's upset that Trump isn't an actual martyr. These people are unhinged. Unhinged, you guys. Okay. And here, this is getting close to the end here. Let me freaking I'll put this up on the screen. So what does this picture say to you guys? We'll go over to the chat to talk about it. So this is I have like the head of the Secret Service. I have a video of her talking about how diversity is going to be so important in the Secret Service and hiring, DEI initiatives who for some reason who is I'm blanking on his name right now. The guy that banged the Chinese spy. What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? He's a Californian. You guys know who he is. Tell me in the chat. He was talking about like we're talking about DEI hires within the Secret Service, and he says, "What do you mean this has anything to do with race?" It's like, do you not know what DEI is? It's not just race. It's Eric Swalwell. Yeah, thank you. He put something out saying, because people were criticizing the Secret Service for implementing DEI policies. And Eric Swalwell was like, "What do you mean? You guys are so dumb. You think this has to do with race?" It's like, no, you idiot. This is, they have an initiative to hire women. Well, this picture says a lot here. This is the one, like, this is the Secret Service agents on top of Donald Trump. Like, going into the line of fire to protect Donald Trump with their bodies. That's what they're doing there. Look at this chick. This is a Secret Service agent, literally cowering behind Donald Trump. It's a Secret Service agent. Get this woman out of there. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to the chat really quick. Pete Grabber. Oh, no, I already read that one. The crazy summer thing. Matty Bracco over on X. Bro, I feel you about the Gavin piece. Yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I hate the guy with every ounce of my being. Matty Bracco is funny thing about assassins and coups. If you fail the mission, the players don't get to live. Yeah. Pete Grabber, kid has trench coat mafia vibes. Absolutely. If you guys don't know that reference, that was the Columbine shooters, like the first mass shooting, the first school shooting. And I was a sophomore or a junior in high school when that happened. They were part of a group. They named themselves the Trench Coat Mafia. That's what that reference is to. Matty Bracco over on X. Pete Grabber, no lies told. Punished Axel over on YouTube. I think PF are legit. Oh, Patriot Front are legit. FWI. I don't know what FWIW means. I do not think Patriot Front is legit at all. Yeah, it's Jack Downing, Eric Swalwell. Thank you. I don't know why I was blanking on his name. You guys remember when he farted on camera, like in an interview? He's doing an interview and you see him like lift cheek and he actually farts and you hear it fully loud. For some reason, you think the microphone was going to pick it up or something. That was funny. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys hit that like button if you're still watching, helps the algorithm, all that kind of shit. Sorry. Terry Wallace, Shia is fired. There's been several deleted accounts today. Oh, really? She's been calling people out and then they're like deleting their accounts because they got put on blast so hard. That's pretty awesome. Casey Martin, hit that like button. Yeah, if you guys, whatever platform you're watching on, if you're watching over on X, give it a repost, leave a comment. Comments help the algorithm a lot over on YouTube. Likes, reposts, comments, all that good stuff. Northside over on Rumble, Too Much Soy. Casey Martin over on Rumble. We have a massive wave of mentally deranged young people coming of age. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. But at the same time, there's a lot of like super based kids where all this stuff has just become too much. And it's like, okay, we're not believing anything you say anymore. And I feel like Gen Z is kind of based, to tell you the truth. And I coached cross country last year and I had a lot of really cool kids. Like they were not woke at all. That's not the impression I was getting. Casey Martin, Duke Nukem Swalwell. I never played the game. I don't understand the reference. So maybe that's a good way to remember it. Swalwell said the government has legit nukes, lots of them, implying it would be okay to nuke U.S. citizens. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Well, so this picture, you guys, it says a lot about this is why people are saying there's another video of 3 female Secret Service agents that look like they just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what to do. They are fumbling around with their weapons. They just look highly, highly incompetent. And you think of the Secret Service, that they're like the most competent of all intelligence agencies because they got one job: keep the guy alive. That's their one freaking job. And yeah, then you got, like, I wouldn't trust this chick to be a mall security guard, and she's Secret Service in charge of keeping Donald Trump or Biden or anybody that gets a Secret Service detail, any former president and their family. She's in charge of keeping them alive. Oh, this is not a good look. Not a good look at all. This is from Kyle Seraphin, former FBI agent, hiding. And he said he'll come on my show. I need to ask him to come on my show. What should we talk about if I have Kyle Seraphin on my show? Should I talk to him about his beef with James O'Keefe? He says, hiding when that thing you trained for actually happens, and the cosplay acting and cool sunglasses won't stop bullets as well as the man you were supposed to protect does. Ooh, that's harsh. It's true. Yep. Fake it till you make it doesn't work in the Secret Service when an active shooter is trying to take out the president. All right. This is from Colin Rugg. He says, report. It has been about 24 hours since the former president was shot in the head. The ear is part of the head. And Secret Service Chief Kimberly Cheadle has not resigned. Cheadle was once filmed in an interview bragging about diversity in the Secret Service. Cheadle was appointed by the current president in 2022, who said she was the best choice to run the agency. She has my complete trust, and I look forward to working with her, Biden said. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker said it was a total security breakdown from start to finish. Yeah, again, how to get the rifle in there? How to get up on the roof without being noticed? How did he crawl into position with the rifle? How did you have a cop come across him and back down? And then how did your Secret Service agents who had their rifle trained on them for almost a minute not take him out because he was waiting for some sort of clearance? Like, I'm not law enforcement. I've never worked for the feds, but to me, it should be implied clearance to shoot somebody that has a rifle aimed at the president. Chiva, stop that. Hey, Chiva, stop. Jeez, she's got like a wound on her hip she's been licking. I had to shave part of her fur today. Anyway, sorry. She like scratched herself and she won't stop licking it. Okay, so continues. Imagine if the shooter hadn't been this kid, but someone well-trained. Our enemies are looking at us thinking we can take him or anyone out now without problem. And that is the former assistant director of the FBI. FBI assistant director, Chris Swecker. Okay, let's listen to this 45-minute conversation with Kimberly Cheadle, the head of the Secret Service appointed by Biden.
As I sit in this chair now, of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
That workforce will be...
No, like giving opportunity in our work. This isn't a workforce. This is the freaking Secret Service. Being a man or a woman, I mean, yeah, it does have a lot to do with it. Women aren't as strong as men. They're not as fast as men. I don't think women should be able to be field agents in the Secret Service. Maybe some other role, just like how I don't think women should be in combat or women should be street police officers. Because they aren't as strong as a man, as fast as a man, they have to more quickly go to their weapon. And they're also going to get scared quicker and could be overpowered more easily They are a liability. They're a liability for their partners. They're a liability for fellow soldiers around them. They're a liability for the people they're supposed to be protecting. Diversity, equity, and inclusion should have zero to do with, I mean, in any job, really, but a job where all you're supposed to do is keep someone alive. I want the biggest, baddest motherfucker out there for that job. I want somebody that is a stone cold killer that is sworn to protect said person. I want somebody with freaking ice cold blood in their veins that does not get scared, that almost has a screw loose with how they don't get scared, that will walk right into gunfire. Yeah, like that's who's supposed to be Secret Service agents. This woman is concerned about diversity in the workplace. This is insane. I'm going to start it over. I'm going to start this video over.
As I sit in this chair now, of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
That workforce will be pivotal for the 2024 campaign season, which for the first time includes a former president who already has lifetime protection. Agents were there when Donald Trump was arraigned in New York.
We were able to work out the details ahead of time of how that particular day was going to go, but we will always ensure the safety of all of our protectees that we have.
Oh, didn't really ensure the safety of Donald Trump, did you? And from my understanding, once a candidate is polling above a certain number, they're supposed to get a Secret Service detail. Remember, the Biden administration denied RFK a Secret Service detail after he was essentially pushed out of the Democratic Party. And I've seen RFK's private security in person. And I'm not trying to throw shade around, but I wasn't impressed with RFK's private security. I mean, they all had matching suits on, you know, but I wasn't impressed. And RFK deserved a Secret Service detail that wasn't subjected to DEI hiring. This lady needs to resign.
Service has a zero-fail mission, a mission officers are training to uphold, pretending this field is the most famous address in America.
They have a zero-fail mission. Even though Donald Trump is still, they failed. Somebody died. Somebody else is in an induced coma. Donald Trump was shot in the ear. You failed your zero-fail mission. The Secret Service is now a joke. In addition to the FBI, in addition to the CIA, in addition to the Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, TSA, all the other three-letter agencies, the ATF, especially the freaking dog shooters. The Secret Service is now a joke. The Secret Service is a complete freaking joke. Unreal. Unfreaking real. All right. I think I got one more clip I want to play for you guys. Oh, I meant to bring this up when we were talking about unhinged stuff. And I'm not saying this is unhinged because this is actually somebody I like. But I mean, I guess we'll leave it with this one. So this is Donnie over on X. Donnie the Misfit. She's like an ANCAP type person. I like her. I agree with her on tons of stuff, but she says only a few people will understand this because the rest can't see past the wool. Implying people are sheep. But it shows the picture, same picture I got on my shirt right here. Basically the same picture. It says, whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him. Albert Pike. You either get this or you don't. Meaning that, I mean, this is also implying that this was a setup. This was a setup to make Donald Trump into like some sort of God figure, which it did. I mean, there was already people that worshipped Donald Trump as if he was some sort of deity, and that's going to ramp up to 100 now. There's people that are going to be people are going to look at Trump as a godlike figure now, like if they didn't already. So whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him. Albert Pike. All right. That's this right here. Whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply him. Albert Pike. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that one? Check out the chat really quick here. Let's see. Oh, we got a few over here. Okay. Over on X, the blue, they had no clue. You're talking about the Secret Service. Unless they're an Oompa Loompa, they're doomed. Oh, yeah, because Oompa Loompas are short. I get it. Matty Bracco, dude, don't be dragging the good men and women through the mud of the Oompa Loompa factory. The Lollipop Guild. The Oompa Loompas were part of the Lollipop Guild, right? Vankman, I wouldn't want a woman in charge of guarding me walking to and from the parking lot to the bingo hall. To the parking lot from the bingo hall. I say this as a woman. Women simply aren't wired to react to fight or flight situations in the same way men are. I 100% agree with that, because it's not like men don't get scared. Like, we get scared, you know, when like stuff pops off, but there's like, in most men, I believe there's like an innate, like, this is my duty type situation. Like, nobody wants to die, but a lot of men are just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I have to risk my life here. Like, it's part of the territory. It's what we do. And I think a lot of men are wired in that way, and women just aren't, you know. It's like, oh, okay, I have to fight the bear now. Like, the bear's obviously going to kill me, but I still have to fight the bear because my death might buy the people I care about time to run away from the bear that's trying to kill all of us. So I have to die. Like, men are wired that way. Most men, I would think. I hope. But yeah, I agree with you, Bankman. The blue, I would trust the Secret Service. I would trust the Secret Service with a jujube now. I think you meant to say you wouldn't. The blue, Matty Bracco, sorry. Matty Bracco over on X, just watch a series of videos of dad wins where they save the kid in various situations because of reaction time. Exactly. Like, kids about to fall off the swing and, you know, hit their head, or there's like one of an RC car coming right at a girl's head. Yeah, that is. And you're talking about like dads with dad bods that are out of shape, that just got crazy awesome reaction time, you know, like swatting a baseball out of the way that's a foul ball at a game that's about to hit their son in the head, you know, like bare hand knocking a 110-mile-an-hour foul ball out of the way, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I agree. Or the mother would be like, you know, I'm not trying to throw shade. It's just men are wired differently. Reaction time too. Yeah, spot on, Matty Bracco. That was a great example right there. Oh, I think you put. I think that's what you put in the chat. A dad wins video. I would guess that's what you put in the chat there. Pete Grabber, that's a North American correspondent over on X. A particular woman that, in particular, women that drive Subarus. Hey, I'm a Subaru person. I feel attacked right there. Matty Bracco, oh, you took it there. Exactly. It's messed up, huh? You know, Michael is not gay when he mixes Wizard of Oz references with Willy Wonka. Oh, I did mix that up, huh? My bad. I tried to. The Lollipop Guild isn't the Oompa Loompas? Oh, you're right, huh? That is Wizard of Oz, isn't it? My bad. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, I guess. Cool. Thank you. It worked out in my favor. Let's see. Over on Rumble, Casey Martin did some low-level protection in my career. These Secret Service women are a soup sandwich. Pitiful. I never heard that soup sandwich metaphor. I like it. Casey Martin, DEI gets people killed, bottom line, but you said DIE. I get it. I see what you did there. Yeah, 100%. That's not a job that should be experimenting with diversity, equity, and inclusion, all that crap. All right, guys. Well, we live in some crazy, crazy times, and we now live in a post Donald Trump assassination attempt world. That has happened. That actually happened. And that is the world we're living in now. Coming into the Republican National Convention next week, freaking Mario Narwhals people just reached out to me. They want me to be on one of their little spaces there. That's kind of cool. So yeah, that should happen next week. Hopefully I'm not at work. As you guys know, I started my new career recently. That's why I haven't been streaming as much. The 2 weeks ago, I got super sick. I got insanely sick. I think I might have finally got COVID. It was gnarly. For 3 days, it was just bad. I had a fever and everything. Fourth day, I still felt pretty shitty, but I decided to like get up and try to beat this thing. And but like Sunday, my voice was still completely gone. By the end of talking for 2 to 3 hours, my throat is jacked up, and there's no way I was going to be able to do an episode. The following Sunday, I have no excuse. I just didn't want to do one. It was, I just didn't feel like talking last Sunday, even though there's so much stuff to talk about. Sometimes I fall out of my rhythm, and it's hard to get back into the swing of things. As you guys know, this episode started off pretty rough. It's pretty rusty, but I will make sure that I am doing an episode every Sunday at 5:00 from now on. That's when this show is. Every Sunday, 5:00 in the evening, Pacific Standard Time. Be streaming on Rumble, X, and YouTube. You guys are the regulars here. Put it on your calendar. 5:00 Sunday nights, CaliBased. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to, once I get a little further into my new role at my new company, I'm going to try and figure out another 1 or 2 days during the week that I will be streaming, because I'm going to do a weekday stream as well. I want to stream at least twice a week. And tonight, I was supposed to actually have a guest on named Jeff Younger. You guys might know who he is, Jeff Younger. He has been fighting his ex-wife's attempts to try to give his son puberty blockers and ultimately castrate the child. This is a real thing. This is, if you guys haven't, he's been on tons of shows. He's been on tons of shows, tons of big name shows. He's been on Timcast twice. He's been on what's his name? Glenn Beck's show. He was on with Sebastian Gorka. He's been on a bunch of shows. But my lawyer, Tracy Henderson, is his lawyer. And there's been some breaking news with his case. This started in Texas, and his ex-wife essentially kidnapped the child and brought the child to California, because California, with I think it's SB 104 or SB 107, California became a sanctuary state for what they call gender affirming care, which is actually body mutilation of children. So they've made it so if a state in the United States makes gender affirming care, aka body mutilation, for children illegal, California they can come to California and get that gender affirming care. Well, the Texas courts ruled that she could take the child to California, but she can't seek this gender affirming care if they do it. She can't do it. She even signed a thing saying that, she's doing it. She's doing it. And an LA court is handling the whole thing. And this LA court is compromised. They are making this dude jump through the hoops. They're going to do it. They're going to grant her permission to give the kid puberty blockers and ultimately castrate the child. And that's what's going on with it. It's insane. It's an absolutely insane thing that's going on. And he was supposed to come on tonight, but there's just too much shit going on with, Donald Trump attempting to be assassinated. That's not like, sorry, I worded that weird. Donald Trump didn't attempt to get assassinated. You guys get what I was trying to say. So Jeff will either be coming on next Friday or next Sunday. And I want to do an episode about California before that. So I'll probably have him on Sunday, and I'll probably be doing a show Friday night. So Tune in next Sunday. I'll have Jeff Younger on the show. We're going to be talking about insane California liberal moms that want to cut off their child's penises. Yeah, it'll be an uplifting episode. So, all right, folks, I think that is all I got. If you guys got any questions or anything else, throw it in the chat before we get out of here. Pete Grabber, when did we vote for allowing gender affirming care? Exactly. We didn't. We absolutely didn't. All right. I think that is all I got, you guys. Hit that like button. Go sign up for the California Parents Union if you guys want to. I should have been promoting that more in the show, but I didn't. Again, if you guys want one of these shirts, you can call my friend Christy over at SCM Clothing. Her email address is scmapparel@gmail.com. You can call her. She's closed now. They close at 6:30, but she'll be open tomorrow at 11 a.m. California time. 831-431-0273. The website is scm-clothing.com. If you want one of these "you missed fuckers" Donald Trump shirts, go ahead and order one. I'm not making any money off it. She's making whatever money she makes off of all the other t-shirts that she sells. She has a local storefront. It's yeah, you'll be supporting local business too. So if you guys want one of these shirts, give her a call. She'll put it on any color shirt that you want. She'll put it on a coffee cup, tank top, a bikini, whatever you guys want. That's what she'll do. She'll put it on there for you. So that is it. That is all I got tonight. But you guys know how we do it. Thank you for the reminder. Who said that? I would have done it. I wouldn't have forgot. I got the book right in front of me, you guys. Symbolic Tea, Chuck Norris. Yes, exactly. You know how we do it. Before we get out of here, we got to read a joke from the greatest book ever written, The Truth About Chuck Norris. Let's see. What do we have tonight? I hope it's a funny one. They're not all funny in this book, but usually they are. Okay, I've already read that joke. That's a good one, though. Okay, all right. All right, guys. Chuck Norris joke of the evening. I will see you on Friday and then again on Sunday at 5 o'clock. So, Casey Martin, Terry Wallace, Northside, the RGS, CC Pino, First Shot, and Carlo Magic over there on Rumble. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Symbolic Tea, Pete Grabber, Matty Bracco, The Blue, Vankman, Jack Downing, Punished Axel. A lot of you guys tonight. Let's see. Wally World, my friend. Pod Review, nice to see you. And Carly. Let's see. All right. Thank you guys all for hanging out. All right. Chuck Norris joke of the evening. I will see you guys next Sunday or Friday if you want to come hang out. If Chuck Norris could be any type of tree, he would be titanium. And on that note, stay CaliBased.